Hi everyone! So in this video we are going to be making Mughlai chicken, which as you can tell by the name is an amazing North Indian dish that the Mughals or royals of India enjoyed, and it may seem complicated, but I've kept this recipe as simple as possible and you can enjoy it in your own home. So let's begin. First off, we're going to marinate our chicken. So I've taken 2 kilograms of chicken with bone and I'm going to make cuts into them. Basically, we're scoring the chicken so that it can really absorb the marinade and get really flavored. So to start, we're making a tomato puree with 4 big tomatoes. And then once we have our tomato puree, that's going to be the base of our marinade. Starting off, we're going to add 6 to 7 tablespoons of plain yogurt. We're also going to add 2 tablespoons of red chili powder. Add in salt as per your own taste. Half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. Lastly, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of ginger paste and 1 tablespoon of garlic paste. Then we're going to make sure that we mix this really well. Once that's well mixed, we're going to pour all of the marinade over our chicken, making sure that it's really well coated. You really want to make sure that you get in there and make sure that the marinade got into those cuts we made earlier. We really want the chicken to absorb the flavor. So once it's well coated and mixed, we're going to keep this in the fridge and marinate this for at least an hour. Of course, the longer you can marinate it, the better, but at least an hour. Moving on to making our curry, we are first going to make a masala powder. So we're going to need 6 to 7 dry red chilies, 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds, 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds, and we're putting this all into our grinder. 16 to 18 black peppercorns, 5 cloves, and 6 cardamoms. We're also going to put a small piece of a cinnamon stick. Once you've got all your ingredients in there, we're just going to grind this into a fine powder and then set this aside for later. Next, we are going to make a cashew and almond paste. So for that, we're going to need 20 cashews and 20 almonds. And the almonds you should soak in warm water for at least an hour and then peel them. So we're going to put this into a grinder and add a little bit of water and then grind this into a nice paste. You can see mine is quite liquidy, so don't keep it too thick. Now that we have that done, we can set it aside for later. Now we're moving on to actually making the curry. So we're going to heat up about a little less than a cup of olive oil on medium to high heat and add 3 to 4 bay leaves. And then once it's nice and hot, we can add in our 2 large finely chopped onions. And then we're going to fry this until they're golden brown. Once they're getting golden brown, we can add in 1.5 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste, and then we're going to mix that in and fry this for 1 to 2 minutes. Now we're going to add in salt to taste and mix that in. At this point, we're going to increase our heat, so we should be on high heat, and then we can add in all of our chicken and any leftover marinade. Once that's in there, we're going to give it a mix and fry it for just about a minute. Once you see that your curry is boiling, we want to lower the flame back to low heat, and we're going to put the lid on and let this cook for about 15 minutes. And while we're letting our chicken cook, we're going to go on to preparing the masala for our curry. So for this, what we're going to do is melt 6 tablespoons of butter on low heat. Make sure you're doing low heat because we don't want to burn our butter. So once that's fully melted, like this, we can add in 1.5 tablespoons of kasuri methi or fenugreek leaves. We're going to mix that in and we're going to fry it for about 30 seconds on low heat. So after 30 seconds, we're going to add in that cashew almond paste that we made earlier. We're going to add in all of it, and a good tip would be to add in some water into that grinder so that you can get any leftover paste that's in there. We don't want to leave any behind. So once that's in there, we're going to mix this and fry it for about 5 to 6 minutes. Again, we're doing all of this on low heat. We will also add in salt to taste, and just keep in mind that we added this in the marinade and in the curry. So at this point, we can add in 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar. This is going to balance out the flavors really nicely and give just a hint of that sweetness that you find in a traditional Mughlai chicken. Once we've done that, we're going to add in the masala powder that we made earlier and mix this in really well. We're going to continue frying it on low heat until our masala is really well cooked. So what you'll start to see is once you add in that masala powder, this is going to start to dry up. So to prevent that, we're going to add a little bit of water here and there, sprinkle it in so that this stays a little liquidy and doesn't dry up. And again, we really want this masala to be well cooked, because if it's undercooked, you're going to see a huge difference in the taste. It took me about 8 to 10 minutes to fully cook my masala, but you should definitely use your own judgment. You should start to get the consistency and look that you see here in the video. So continue to add little bits of water so that you have the right consistency, and make sure that those spices are really well cooked and well incorporated. Once it's creamy like this, you'll know it's ready. And don't forget about your chicken. Every 5 minutes or so, give it a good stir like this and just check on it. So at this point, you'll see that we have our chicken and our masala cooking. And once your chicken is about 90% cooked, which it should be at this point, we can go ahead and add in all of that wonderful masala that we just made. And we're also going to add in 5 tablespoons of heavy cream. So now we're going to add in 2 green chilies, which I just sliced in half like this, and we've just added in very important ingredients, so we want to make sure that we give this a really good mix at this point, and we're doing this on low heat. Once our curry is really well mixed, we're going to continue to cook on low heat with the lid on until our chicken is fully cooked. At this point, you want to check the consistency, and you can adjust it to your liking. If you want this to be thicker, cook it for longer so that more of the water burns out. If you want it to be more liquidy, you can add more water. So now we are just about done. So we're just going to add in some chopped coriander and mix. So as you can see, our Mughlai chicken is ready to enjoy with either white rice or tandoori naan or roti. It looks and tastes amazing. Once you taste this dish, you'll understand why the Mughals or the royals of India really love this dish. Another thing that's optional is adding in hard-boiled egg. You can add in a whole hard-boiled egg or slices on top like this. I think it tastes really great with this particular dish. So if you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and give it a big like. Comment down below with any questions or requests you may have. Subscribe for future recipes, and make sure that you hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we post. Thanks for watching!